All right, let's jump right into this explainer on Neil Thompson's 25th anniversary edition of People Skills. Today, we're going to explore exactly how we can elevate our personal effectiveness. Look, if you've ever felt like navigating office politics, managing professional relationships, or just trying to keep your daily workload from literally bursting into flames as this endless uphill battle, well, you are definitely not alone. But the really great news, we can totally master this chaos just by rethinking how we approach our own minds and our schedules.
You hear people say things all the time, like, oh, I'm just not an organized person, or I'm just not a people person. But is that actually true? It is so easy to write off our struggles as simply being part of who we are. It's almost as if interpersonal abilities and organizational habits are just this genetic lottery that we either won or lost the day we were born. But here is a massive mythbuster for you. These abilities aren't innate traits, no way. They are completely 100% learnable, if we can just drop the defeatist mindset. Thompson really emphasizes that by viewing skills as fixed qualities, we're basically artificially blocking our own development. The truth is, the single biggest barrier to becoming highly effective with people and time is our own internal I can't attitude. So, our roadmap today covers 5 key areas. First, people skills are learned. Second, the power of self-awareness. Third, how we affect each other. Fourth, rethinking time management. And fifth, organizing time and energy. Okay, Section 1. People skills are learned. Breaking the barrier. Skill development relies on 3 essential dimensions. It's the cognitive thinking, the affective feeling, and the behavioral doing. You see, it really isn't enough to just read a book and think about a new skill. You also have to navigate that emotional dimension. Those feelings of discomfort or vulnerability when you're trying out a new way of communicating. And then, finally, you have to actually do it. Practice makes perfect, sure, but true mastery only happens when your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are all working together in perfect harmony. Moving right along to Section 2, the power of self-awareness, using yourself as a tool. So, to actually use ourselves as a tool to help others, we first need to identify our own internal blind spots. A blind spot is basically a dangerous lack of sensitivity to an issue that absolutely should warrant a reaction from us. For instance, imagine a professional who might be incredibly sensitive and proactive when it comes to children's rights, right? But then they are completely dismissive or patronizing toward older adults without even realizing it. We've got to shine a harsh light on these hidden biases if we really want to be effective. We also have to be on high alert for triggers. These can cause us to react unprofessionally if an event hits just a little too close to our own past traumas or deep-seated values. Imagine, say, a professional who absolutely loves animals, and they encounter a client who has neglected a pet. That intense personal value can act as a filter, making it incredibly difficult to remain objective and helpful. We all have triggers, every single one of us, and recognizing them is really the only way to retain control. And building on that, we have transference. Transference is wild. It can unconsciously make us favor or dislike someone just because they share a mannerism with someone else we know. It's this fascinating Freudian concept. You might meet a brand new colleague and instantly feel defensive, not because of anything they've actually done, but simply because their accent reminds you of a past rival. It operates entirely under the radar until you actively learn to look for it. Let's dive into Section 3, how we affect each other. The interpersonal dynamic. There is a very sharp two-way street happening here. On one hand, we can completely unknowingly alienate clients with our body language, just as their behaviors can unknowingly trigger our own deep-seated fears. For example, we might be harboring some passive-aggressive anger that we think we're hiding perfectly, but it leaks out in our tone and creates a massive barrier. Conversely, we are constantly absorbing the impact of others through our own unacknowledged blind spots. This whole dynamic means that self-awareness isn't just about you, it's about how you fit into the entire social puzzle around you. Which brings us to the classic Johari window. Our main goal as professionals is to constantly expand that top left open area through honest self-disclosure and actively seeking out feedback. By asking trusted colleagues to step up and act as a mirror for us, we can uncover our blind spots, those things that are obvious to others but totally invisible to ourselves. Now, it definitely takes courage to step outside your comfort zone, but pushing the boundaries of this Johari window is exactly how we truly grow. Section 4. Rethinking time management, beyond the clock.
All right, before we dive into the specific tactics, we need a massive paradigm shift. Listen to this. It doesn't matter how efficiently you work if you aren't doing the right tasks in the first place. You could literally be the fastest worker in your entire office, clearing out low-level paperwork at record speed. That is efficient. But if you're ignoring the high-stakes, complex client interventions that actually move the needle, you are not being effective. So the crucial takeaway here is that avoiding burnout means managing your personal motivation and your energy levels, not just obsessively color-coding your calendar. People work can be incredibly emotionally draining. You can block out 4 pristine hours for a really difficult task, but if your energy reserves are totally shot, that time is completely useless. The quality of your time is heavily dependent on how well you are taking care of your own needs.
And finally, Section 5, Organizing Time and Energy, Practical Tactics.
You actually have to spend time to save time, meaning you must deliberately pause your crazy busy schedule to set priorities and eliminate waste. A fantastic tip from Thompson here is to evaluate your to-do list based purely on consequences. Ask yourself right now, how serious would it be if this simply didn't get done? That question instantly separates the true priorities from all the distracting noise. And of course, keep a systematic focus so you don't end up sitting in meetings where your presence isn't even required.
Now, the split-page diary method perfectly centralizes your life, ensuring you never double book an appointment or lose track of a floating to-do item again. It's so simple. By drawing a line right down the middle of your diary page, you create this perfect dashboard. Hard time commitments live over on the left, and flexible tasks live on the right. If you don't finish a task today, no problem. It simply gets carried over to tomorrow's right side. It gives you an immediate, tangible sense of control. I absolutely love this next one, the 3-minute rule. It stops that vicious cycle of procrastination where tiny, easy tasks morph into a giant, intimidating mountain. If you get a quick email or, say, a form that needs a signature and it takes under 3 minutes, do not schedule it. Do not put it on a list. Just do it right then and there. It keeps your mental desktop completely clean. Also, you've got to match your energy peaks with your demanding tasks. If you're a morning person, tackle your hardest emotional work at 9 a.m. Always eat the frog, meaning do your most dreaded task right out of the gate to preserve your energy. We all have peaks and troughs throughout the day, right? It is a massive mistake to schedule a demanding, high-stakes meeting during that brutal 3 p.m. mid-afternoon slump when all you really want is a nap and a coffee. By getting the tasks you hate out of the way early, you create this surge of relief that actually motivates you for the rest of the day. Ultimately, it is all in your hands. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. What proactive step are you going to take today to upgrade your professional toolkit? Remember, none of this is about natural talent. It's all about breaking through that I can't barrier. Choose just one tactic, apply it, and watch your effectiveness absolutely soar. Until next time, keep optimizing from the inside out.